We did it, guys. What can I say? We did it. Another 5 days dusted off. You don't have to go to work for the next 48 hours. You don't have to do the chores. You don't have to deal with the nagging wife and kids. You have 48 hours to do what you want, to drink what you want, and to enjoy an awesome card that we got coming up tomorrow on Saturday. We got two title fights. We got Moreno and Figueiredo, and of course we got the headliner of UFC 270. We got Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane. And this card, top to bottom, is solid. Not only is the main card solid, but the prelims are also solid. We lost a couple of fights. We lost Taparia with the weight cutting issue. And then Rodolfo Vieira also pulled out of his fight with Wellington Turman with an injury. But that's okay, because we still got 10 fights, and Bobby Betts wasn't going to touch those fights anyway, all right? So that's good news for you guys, because come Saturday night, we're going to be baking them claims, we're going to be making it rain, and we're going to be up units. We're going to be in the green, baby. I'm ready to rip and run. I hope you are too. So let's roll through this card, all right? First pick of the night. We're going to go with the under 1.5 rounds in the Della Maddalena versus Rodriguez fight. We're going to put 1 unit on it. That's going to net you 0.9 units. All right, like I said before, Rodriguez, KO artist, all of his wins, first round knockout, untested gas tank. We don't know too much, unpredictable. Della Maddalena, proven, contender series vet, very good boxer. 8 out of his 12 fights that he's won have hit that bet, the under 1.5. So I like my chances. I'm going to take my chances with the 7.5 minutes that we got for one of these two dudes to knock each other out. My next pick, I'm going to parlay Jack Della Maddalena and Brandon Moreno. 1 unit is going to win you 1.3 units, okay? Like I alluded to in the first pick, I think Jack Della Maddalena is going to be the guy to knock Rodriguez out. Okay, I don't think Rodriguez has fought anywhere close to the competition that Jack Della Maddalena has fought, and I think he's just going to be flat out overwhelmed. He took the fight on short notice. He's got a questionable gas tank to begin with because we don't know if he's ever gone 3 rounds. So I'm liking my chances. I'm going to parlay that with the champ that I know has already beat the challenger in Brandon Moreno, okay? And I'm going to win 1.3 units. All right, that sounds like a pretty solid bet to me. All right, moving on. We got Sednar Magomedov. Now, this is the thing with this card, though, man. There's not too many close lines. And the close lines that I did like Trevin Giles and Michael Morales, I like Trevin Giles in that fight. But what I didn't realize is Trevin Giles is dropping down to fight this fight at welterweight. I thought Morales was a middleweight. I was completely wrong. That's on me. Got to do my research. But anyway, Trevin Giles, I really don't like betting fighters who drop down in weight class or are moving up a weight class because it is completely different, okay? We say, okay, Trevin Giles has a size difference, but he also cut all that extra weight, and he's never cut that extra weight before, at least in professional competition, okay? So when you cut weight, sometimes you cut a little bit too much weight, and that's going to loosen up that chin. That chin's not going to be as tight. And what I mean by that is scientifically, it's proven that the fluid around your dome piece, sometimes you can drain that when you're weight cutting to get that weight down. And if you don't recover in time, sometimes you can't wear a shot as good, okay? So that's the kind of stuff that worries me when people are dropping weight, going up weight. They're not, they're fighting guys that are bigger than them that they're not used to. So some of those techniques aren't going to work on someone who's just flat out stronger than them. I don't like unpredictable, and that's a little bit too much unpredictability for me. I don't even know if that's a word for me to touch that. So anyway, that whole rant was to explain that with these lines, a lot of the fights that I'm picking have a lot of juice on them. And I know the last week we had a lot of plays with a lot of juice. So I'm trying to find, I'm combing through the sand, baby. I'm crossing off the X's and O's. I'm looking at props. I'm looking at everything for you guys, because I want to find something that we can bet on, and we got to find the best pick that doesn't have that much juice on it. So what do you come up with? You can't just bet the money lines, unfortunately, unless you're going with the underdog, which that's coming. We're going to touch on that. But we're going to go Sednar Magomedov to win in round 3 or a decision. 1 unit is going to get you 0.8. So let's break this down. So he can win in round 3. If the fight makes it to round 3, Said Nurmagomedov win by KO, or I don't think it's going to happen to submission, or if he gets the decision win, we will win our money. The reason why I took this, Cody Stamann, the way he fights, heavy wrestler. He's looking to drag you down. He's looking to get that top position. He's looking to get that ride time. There's a very good chance, and also Cody Stamann does not get knocked out, that this fight is going to a decision, okay? I like Said Nurmagomedov. I think if he can keep it on the fight, I think he's going to be able to poke at him. I think he's going to beat him in points, okay? And this bet also opens us up to the possibility that he can finish him off in round 3. I do not believe that this fight is going to get cut short in rounds 1 and 2, so I like our chances here because I like Said Nurmagomedov in this fight, okay? But at minus 195, it's a little tough, all right? So we got to add a little bit more risk to get a little bit more reward. So that's what we're doing here, baby. Moving on. The underdog. Andre Fialho, taking the money line. I'm taking the plunge. Like I said, Michel Pereira, too many things that I do not like in his game. I think he's quick. I think he's explosive, but I don't think he's got that knockout power. I don't think he trusts himself to stay in the pocket long enough to get those early knockouts. And I think that what we're going to see in this fight, if it plays out the way I think it's going to, is Michel Pereira is going to come up. He's going to touch him up in the first round. In the second round, Andre Fialho is going to get aggressive, and he's going to be in his face, and he's going to get his reads. He's going to get that timing down. And Fialho has that knockout power, and he's got very good boxing combinations, okay? So if he can keep Michel Pereira in front of him or backed up against the cage, and he can get off some of these uppercuts that I've seen him throw in the PFL, I can see him ripping the body. I can see him putting together these nice boxing combinations where he stays in the pocket and Pereira's just covering up because he doesn't know what to do, because he does not look good when pressure's on him. I think Fialho can get him out of there. And that's why I'm taking this. I'm putting 0.5 units on it. 0.5 is going to win you 1.12 units, okay? He's plus 225. I like Andre Fialho. I like our chances, okay? I'm willing to risk a half a unit on Andre Fialho on a heavy dog because of Michel Pereira's fighting style, okay? And at the same time, if Pereira comes out, he's doing his Capital Reyes gobbledygook, and then all of a sudden, he decides to be a wrestler. I mean, he's got a solid ground game. Fialho is untested on he is tested on the ground. In his PFL fight, I forget he was fighting some Brazilian, but that guy wrestled the ever-living crap out of him. So that's one thing that we got to worry about. But I really think Pereira is going to want to keep it on the feet. And I think Fialho is going to clip him. End of story. It is what it is. It's not the popular pick. That's how I see it. Yeah, that's how I see it going. All right, next pick. We got Brandon Moreno to win with the over 1.5 rounds, 1 unit to win 0.9. Again, looking to cut out the juice here. Brandon Moreno is at minus 180. I don't want to take it at minus 180. I do like Brandon Moreno a lot in this fight. Like I said before, if they fought already, I like my chances with the guy who won previously. And I don't think there's anything different Figueiredo can do to really beat the champ. And you got to beat the champ, okay? It's got to be convincing. There's no close decisions in this. You got to be you got to beat the champ. And Figueiredo, he did look good on the scale. I'll give him that. I'll give him some credit. He did look good on the scales. He jogged up. He's like, look at me, 125. I'm good. I don't look like crap. Good for him. I still think Brandon Moreno is going to win this fight. So, like I said, Brandon Moreno to win and to do it over 1.5 rounds. So we need to get at least to the second round. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second round. And then Brandon Moreno wins the fight. We win money. All right, moving on. The main event, because we got to touch the main event, baby, all right? We can't not bet the main event. So, the pick is in. And I'm going with Francis Ngannou. I'm going with Francis Ngannou to win that fight. Money line, 1 unit to win 1.25 as the underdog, plus 125. Why am I going with Francis Ngannou? Like I alluded to in the review, Cyril Gane, you look at it on paper, you got guys that do the over analysis. He's got the footwork. He's the technical striker. He's going to be able... Francis Ngannou isn't going to be able to touch him. No. At the end of the day, who is the champion? Francis Ngannou is the champion. He was a challenger. Cyril Gane. Who's the champ? Francis Ngannou is the champ. If you get the champ with plus money, you take the champ 10 out of 10 times. All right? Let's talk about Rose Namajunas against Wei Li Zhang. Underdog. Who won that fight? Rose Namajunas. Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira. Who was the champ? Charles Oliveira. Who was the underdog? Charles Oliveira. Who won that fight? Charles Oliveira. It's written in stone, okay? It's what the gods want. It's just the way it is. And Francis Ngannou has 5 rounds to touch that chin. And let me ask you one question. Cyril Gane against Alexander Volkov. He won that fight. And he won that fight by unanimous decision. But did Alexander Volkov touch Cyril Gane with solid shots, with significant strikes? And the answer is yes. And if Francis Ngannou touches you with those same strikes, it is going to have a lot more force behind it than what Alexander Volkov is bringing to the table, okay? So I like my chances with Ngannou being able to touch that chin, find the off switch like he's been able to do in every fight that he's won so far, and take us home some bacon, baby. All right? And that is my last straight play for you guys. But wait. I didn't want to do it, but I think I got to do it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this card, okay? And I think we got an alert coming in right now, and I think it's a Hail Maray parlay. All right? We're going to throw this together, baby, and we're going to run with Trevin Giles, Jack Della Maddalena, Brandon Moreno, and Francis Ngannou. You parlay them, that's 4 picks. That's plus 775. Okay, that's almost 8 to 1. Put a quarter of a unit on it to win 1 full unit. Okay, let me tell you, I'm a man of the people. Like I said before, and like I say always, if you're one of those guys that doesn't like putting a lot of money on the fights, I'm with you, all right? I'm your guy. I got picks for you. You want to throw together the Hail Maray parlay? I'll put something together for you. That's what Bobby Betts does. Bobby Betts is the man of the people. Bobby Betts loves betting fights. Bobby Betts is here to make everybody money, baby. At the end of the day, that's what we're all looking to do. We're all looking to have a good time, fill our pockets up with cash. All right, so you can go ahead and like, you can go ahead and subscribe, you can go ahead and comment. Please tell me why I am an idiot in the comments. We can get a thread going. Like I said, I may tell you you're an idiot. You may tell me to go fuck myself. It is what it is. Okay, at the end of the day, we're all going to be watching the fights. We're all going to be having a good time. And we'll see what happens when the dust settles. But I will tell you this. Bobby Betts is feeling pretty good about this one. All right? So you just take care. Grab yourself a Miller latte or whatever beverage you prefer to drink. Drink one down. And let's party, baby. Peace.